What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Daniel, and welcome back to our video. Today, I'm doing race 6 for the 2025 Advent Health 400. Let's go ahead and just jump straight into it. This weekend, the NASCAR Cup Series heads to Kansas Speedway, a 1.5-mile racetrack that really races fantastic with the next-gen car. You got multi-groups available for some really fantastic racing, and generally it puts on some really great racing at this track. The last time we ran the spring race at this track, we saw a fantastic finish between Chris Buescher and Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson picking up the win by 1/1000th of a second, the closest finish in NASCAR Cup history. And the last time we ran at the track for the fall event, we saw Ross Chastain pick up his 5th career NASCAR Cup Series win. He'll be looking to pick up his first win in 2025 this weekend at Kansas Speedway. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. But before we go ahead and jump into picks, let's take a look at the weather for this weekend. So the weather for this weekend is looking extremely good. It's going to be 79 degrees at high with 56 degrees as a low with a 0% chance of rain with sunny skies. The weather is going to be beautiful in this area. The weather looks really, really good. It's going to be perfect weather, not too hot, not too cold, just perfect weather for this weekend if you're headed out to the track at Kansas Speedway. So now, let's go ahead and jump into picks. For those who are new to the channel, here's how picks usually work. I do 2 suck picks, 2 drivers I expect to struggle throughout the weekend who have also not had great starts in 2025. I do 2 underdog picks, 2 drivers who desperately need to go around who I think will be good this weekend or really good at this type of track. And I do my winner's pick, the driver I think is going to win the race overall. And I do the drivers you watch out for. And usually for the Cup Series, I got 5 drivers you need to watch out for along with the race winner. So now, let's jump into picks. Who are my suck picks for the 2025 Advent Health 400? My first suck pick for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is a driver's 6th car for RFK Racing, Brad Keselowski. Now, Brad Keselowski is a previous winner at this track back in 2011, but Brad Keselowski is having the worst year of his NASCAR Cup Series career. He has not even scored a single top 5, not even a top 10, and his teammates Ryan Preece and Chris Buescher have been outperforming him, and he has like a 25th or 26th place average finish currently at the moment, and I just don't see this momentum turning around for Brad. I think the RFK cars have shown decent speed, they're not as strong as previous years, but I think that Keselowski just doesn't have it currently at the moment. It seems like the 6 car is really off the pace. I think Brad is unfortunately going to struggle, and I don't think he is going to have the car capable of being a major factor and serious contender to have a really good run this weekend at Kansas. My second suck pick for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is the driver 35 car for 2311 Racing, Riley Herbst. Now, Riley Herbst actually had a solid run at Texas, finishing inside the top 15. But when it comes to 2311 racing cars at Kansas, this is a bread and butter track for them, and I just don't see Riley Herbst being a major factor. I think he's been behind his teammates by quite a bit this year, and he just doesn't have the overall pace and speed to be up front on a week-by-week basis, even on the super speedways for that matter. So I think Herbst is unfortunately going to struggle. He's been not really having a great year so far. I think he's going to not have the speed. I think unfortunately ends up struggling this weekend at Kansas Speedway with 2311 Racing. And now we're going ahead and jump on the underdog picks for the 2025 Advent Health 400. Who are my underdog picks? My first underdog pick for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is a driver of the A car for Richard Childress Racing, Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch may have not had all the finishes so far, but he has had a lot more speed in 2025 compared to 2024. On top of that as well, he almost won the fall race last year before Chase Briscoe aero blocked him and forced Kyle Busch up in the outside wall because of the aero block. And I think this A team is showing a little bit more speed. I think Kyle Busch actually will be a pretty big factor for an opportunity to pick up the victory. I think the A team has a lot of speed right now compared to previous years. I think Kyle Busch will be a factor to potentially get that first win in nearly 2 years. I think will definitely be a contender to get a top 10 for sure at Kansas. My second underdog pick for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is a driver 67 car for 2311 Racing, Corey Heim. Corey Heim is making his season debut this weekend at Kansas with Robinhood sponsorship. I think Corey Heim is going to be a factor for a top 10. He's running the Truck Series full time, and I think he's going to win the Truck Series race, but I think Corey Heim is going to have a car capable of getting it done. I think that the 2311 Racing cars have been really good at this track in the past. I think Corey Heim is really, really good at Kansas, especially in the Truck Series, and I think that experience in the Truck Series, I think that's going to play a major role of him being a factor for a really strong run. So I think Corey Heim will definitely be a pretty big contender for the win. I think he could have a chance to maybe get that first career Cup win. I think he does do really good for sure this weekend at Kansas Speedway. Now we're going ahead and jump on to the winner's pick for the 2025 Advent Health 400. Who am I picking to win? The driver who I'm picking to win this weekend at Kansas Speedway, it has been a couple years since this driver has gone to victory lane, but this is one of this driver's best tracks on the NASCAR circuit. And you compare it to previous years, this driver's had a lot more speed this year compared to the last couple years, especially on the intermediates. And this is the bread and butter track for this organization. I am picking the driver of the 23 car for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace, to pick up his first win of 2025 and his third career NASCAR Cup Series win. Bubba Wallace is really good at Kansas. I think the speed for the 2311 racing cars has been good. You look how fast they were at Texas, and they said if they were fast at Texas, they're probably going to be quick at Kansas. I think Bubba finally gets it done. There's been times where he's been better, quicker than Reddick in these races. I think Bubba's going to get it done. I think that he's going to have the car to beat. I'm picking Bubba Wallace to pick up his first win of 2025 this weekend at Kansas Speedway. And now we're going to jump on to the drivers you need to watch out for this weekend at Kansas. Who should you have your eyes out on? The first driver you should watch out for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is the driver of the 5 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. I came very close to picking Kyle Larson to win this race because he's the defending winner of the spring race, but also Kyle Larson historically is really good at Kansas Speedway, and he's been arguably the fastest car throughout the early portion of this season. I think Larson will have a really good chance of getting it done. He's been fast on the mile and a half. He probably should have won Texas this past week. I think Larson's going to have the car capable of being up there. I think it'll be a major factor to pick up his third win of the season at Kansas. The second driver to watch out for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is the driver of the 45 car for 2311 Racing, Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick has been really strong in Kansas Speedway in the past. He almost won here with RCR back 3 years ago, and he also has been very good here in the past, including winning the fall race in 2023. I mentioned it with Bubba Wallace. The 2311 racing cars are really good here. So I think Tyler Reddick will be a major factor to get it done. I think the speed is going to be there for the 45 team. I think he's going to have a great chance and opportunity to get that first win of the season at Kansas. The third driver to watch out for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is the driver of the 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, unfortunately, had his first finish outside of finishing on the lead lap in a very long time. But Denny Hamlin has been very, very good at Kansas. He's won here previously. He probably should have won the fall race 2 years ago with how fast he was. I think Denny Hamlin's going to have a car capable of getting it done. I think that JGR, especially go back to 2 years ago in the spring, he picked up the victory. I think Hamlin is going to have a great chance and opportunity to pick up the win. I think he's going to have the speed. I think he'll be a major factor for the win this weekend at Kansas. The fourth driver to watch out for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is the driver of the 48 car for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. That one might surprise a little bit on the ones to watch, but Alex Bowman has actually been really good at Kansas. He almost won the spring race back in 2019. When you go back to a few years ago, Bowman was a major factor last year, if I remember correctly, and I think the 48 team this year, compared to other years, they've definitely been a little bit quicker. I think Bowman will be a major factor for the win. I know he's looking for that first win. He was very good at home, set a track kind of similar to Kansas, and he almost got that win and finished second. So I think that Bowman will be a major factor to get it done. I think that car will have the pace and speed. I think he'll definitely have a great chance and opportunity to pick up the win this weekend at Kansas Speedway. And the fifth and final driver that I think you should watch out for this weekend at Kansas Speedway is the driver of the 20 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Christopher Bell has had a little bit of hit or miss in recent weeks. He did not run that well at Texas Motor Speedway, but Bell is very good at Kansas. He's won the pole a couple times, and he led a lot of laps in the fall race last year. I think Christopher Bell is going to be a major factor for the win. He's looking for his fourth win of the season. I think there's a really good chance he could do it. I think the speed's there for Bell. He's looking for, I believe, like his 14th or 15th career Cup Series win at this point. I think he's going to have a good chance of doing it. I think he'll definitely be a major factor to pick up the win for sure this weekend at Kansas Speedway with the Joe Gibbs Racing organization. So, those are my race picks for the 2025 Advent Health 400 at Kansas. Just a reminder, my suck picks are Brad Keselowski, Riley Herbst. My underdog picks are Kyle Busch, Corey Heim. My winner's pick is Bubba Wallace. And the ones to watch out for, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Alex Bowman, and Christopher Bell. Those are my race picks. So, that is going to be it for the race picks video for the 2025 Advent Health 400 at Kansas Speedway. I want to thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, notifications on, so if when a video does go live on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and support me on Patreon as well. Let's go below that and combo your picks below for this weekend at Kansas. Tell me your suck picks, tell me your underdog picks, tell me your winner's pick, and let me know the drivers you're watching out for this weekend at Kansas Speedway. Let me know your picks in the comments below. Later today on the channel, you're going to be seeing the paint scheme video for the Advent Health 400. Tomorrow, there might be a NASCAR news video on the channel. If not, the silly season update I was promising to put out on Saturday may come out on Friday. There's been some stuff we might talk about in that video. We also may do a video on the ARCA race as well. And then on Saturday, we're going to do reactions to Cup qualifying, and we also will be doing the Truck Series race to be as well. And then, of course, on Sunday, we're going to have the starting lineup video for the Advent Health 400, and we're also going to have the race review for the Advent Health 400 and maybe a Shane Van Gisbergen video depending on his performance. We're going to talk about people in the coming weeks like Haley Deegan, Shane Van Gisbergen, Cards, Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, Dodge, Bubba Wallace, Ross Chastain, Daniel Suarez, Carson Nosabar, Cletus Afaro, Matt Benedetto, Frankie Muniz, and many other people in the industry in the coming days and weeks. We've got the Coke 600 coming up soon, which I'm excited about that. And we've also got the All-Star race. Not too excited for the Cup Series race, but hopefully that race can be good. Same with people like Connor Zoe, Shooting Motorsports, Eric Almirola as well. So anyways, like I said, I want to thank you guys for watching today's episode, and I'll see you guys next time for more great, awesome NASCAR content and other motorsports content on the channel like this. Take care, buddy.